All right, so we have a blockbuster, a weird one. So the Giants finally get their number one receiver. It is not a receiver, but a tight end, Darren Waller, who, was banged up last year. But as a whole, we've seen him be, I would say an elite tight end. I think he's never quite, maybe not elite. Maybe that's not fair because I do feel like, he isn't quite the blocker that someone like a George Kittle is, and he's not quite the receiver that a Travis Kelce is, but he's still pretty good. And he is going here for pick number 100. That's it. Pick number 100. The pick that the Giants got for Kadarius Toney. So the Giants legitimately flipped Kadarius Toney for Darren Waller. I don't get it. Straight up, I don't get it. Listen, here's why. Let's explain, what happens here. I'm assuming the Giants are taking on the full contract. He's getting $12 million a year for the next 2 years, then $13 million in 2025 and $15 million in 2026. Now, again, guaranteed money is obviously that's always going to be a factor with this kind of stuff. So, you can get out of this contract actually after this year. So this is basically a no-risk, high-reward thing for the Giants. So for pick number 100, the contract is not bad. Like, you think, okay, you're saving some money, and they are saving some money. I mean, the way the Raiders look at this is simply they would rather have Jacoby Myers, who can, they think, do more in that system, which I don't necessarily disagree. Now, this morning, I was kind of talking about how exciting it is having, 4 great options. Well, they feel like they only need 3. Most teams feel like they only need 3. So I understand the logic in a vacuum of let's get some value for Darren Waller. But if this is all the value you're getting, just keep Darren Waller, I think. I don't know. And why wouldn't another team give you more than just pick number 100? There's 99 better picks out there. Feels like a team, I don't know. It just feels like there's just so many teams that could go out and could have made this move instead of the Giants. I think for the Giants, they're popping champagne. They're happy with this move as they desperately needed receiving help for Daniel Jones, who they just paid a bunch of money for. So going out and getting a guy who has proven he can be a great receiving threat totally makes some sense to me. I don't know. It's very fascinating that they went out and did this. I just don't. I don't know. This is a weird one from the Raiders' perspective. It's surprising to me. Like, I don't know. Why couldn't a team even like Cincinnati, like the Bengals have cap space? Why not make this move? Like the Titans would make sense to me. There's so many teams that this would make sense from my perspective to go out and make this move. Like the Lions are another one I could see making sense. And you could give up. You have more draft capital to give up. You could give up a second-round pick for him at least. I guess this is just what they viewed the market at. But this feels like a huge win from the Giants' perspective right off the bat for a really good player on a contract that is not much guaranteed from here on out. And we still don't know if they're taking on the full contract. We're assuming they are, but we don't know that definitively. So for the Giants, I mean, this is something that you have to look at as an absolute win. For the Raiders, I get it. I do understand it. I understand where they're coming from of you basically swapped Waller for Myers and you got a 3rd-round pick back. You're paying a little bit less money for Myers. That's not terrible when you think about it that way. But the way I see it is I think the Myers contract was a great steal of a contract. So I would have rather just had both of them on my roster. You don't have to pick between the two of them. They could have afforded both of them. They decided not to. So very surprising trade. But yeah, those are my thoughts on it. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from y'all. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.